Hi guys, Mr. Lasher here, and this video is all about how you can earn belts by passing your chords. You can do this by two ways. You could either submit videos through Flipgrid, or you could come and show me in person. So what you're going to do is the first thing you're going to say your name. Second thing is you're going to tell me which chord you're trying to pass. The third thing that you're going to do is you're going to tell me where do your fingers go for this chord, and then you're going to tell me the names of the note in this chord. After you do all those things, you're going to strum the chord 4 times. Then you're going to take your hand off, and you're going to put it back and you do it again. And that shows me that you know exactly where the fingers go for that chord. So in this video, I'm going to show you every single chord, and there will be links at the bottom of the video in the comments where you can actually hyperlink so that you can practice the chord that you want. So for example, my name is Mr. Lasher, and the first chord that I'm going to try and pass is the C7 chord. So the finger locations for the C7 chord, you're going to take your first finger, and you're going to put it on the first string behind the first fret. The names of the notes in this chord are G, C, E, and B flat. And you have C7, 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 C7. The second chord that you could earn is your C major 7 chord. For this, you're going to use your second finger, and it's going to go on the first string behind the second fret. And the notes of this chord are G, C, E, and B. And it sounds like this. C major 7, C major 7, C major 7, C major 7. Hand off, hand back. C major 7, C major 7, C major 7, C major 7. The third chord is called C. You could also say C major, it's the same thing, but most of the time we just say C. For C, you're going to use your ring finger, third finger. You're going to find it on the first string behind the third fret. And the notes of this chord are G, C, E, and high C. You have a low C and a high C. And this chord sounds like this. C, 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 C. Hand off, hand back. C, 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 C. The next chord that you can earn, number 4, is F add 9. You're going to use your first finger on the second string behind the first fret. And the notes of this chord are A, C, F, and A. And it sounds like this. F add 9, F add 9, F add 9, F add 9. Take it off, put it back. F add 9, F add 9, F add 9, F add 9. The fifth chord that you can go for is your A minor chord. You're going to use the second finger on the fourth string behind the second fret. And the notes of this chord are A, C, E, and A again. You have 2 A's, your fourth string and your first string. It's the same note. And this one sounds like this. A minor, A minor, A minor, A minor. Hand off, hand back. A minor, A minor, A minor, A minor. The next one that you can learn and that you can earn is your F major chord. So you're going to keep, just like the A minor chord, your second finger on the fourth string behind the second fret. Your first finger will go on the second string behind your first fret. And the notes of this chord are A, C, F, and A. Again, we have 2 A's on the fourth string and the first string. And this is F, 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 F. Hand off, hand back. The next one that you can earn is your G chord, your G major chord. And this one's a little bit tricky. It uses 3 fingers. For this one, you're going to use your first finger on the third string behind the second fret. Your second finger on the first string behind the second fret. And your third finger on the second string behind the third fret. And the names of these notes are G, D, G, and B. We have 2 G's on your fourth string and also your second string. And when you strum it, it sounds like this. G, 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 G. Hand off, hand back. G, G, G. The next one that you can get is your G7 chord. And it starts again with your second finger on the third string behind the second fret. Your first finger will be next on the second string behind the first fret, and then your third finger on the first string behind the second fret. And the names of these notes are G, D, F, and B. And when you strum it, it sounds like this. G7, 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 G7. Hand off, hand back. G7, 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 G7. The next one that you can get is your E minor chord. This is another 3-finger chord. It starts with your third finger on the third string behind the fourth fret. Then it's your second finger on the second string behind the third fret. Then your first finger on the first string behind the second fret to make this diagonal line. And the names of these notes are G, E, G, and B. Again, we have 2 G's on the fourth string and the second string. When you strum it, it sounds like this. E minor, E minor, E minor, E minor. Take it off and put it back. E minor, E minor, E minor, E minor. Next is E7, another 3-finger chord. It starts with the first finger. You're going to put it on string 4 behind fret number 1. Then your second finger goes on string 3 behind fret number 2. Nothing on the second string, it's open. And then you're going to use your third finger on the first string behind the second fret. And the notes of this chord are G sharp, D, E, and then B. And when you play it together and strummed, it sounds like this. E7, 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 E7. Hand off, hand back. E7, 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 E7. Next chord is you're going to be your A major chord. We're back to a 2-finger chord now. With your second finger, you're going to reach up to the fourth string behind the second fret. With your first finger, you're going to find the third string behind the first fret. And the notes of this chord are A, C sharp, E, and A. And when you strum it, it sounds like this. A, 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 A. Hand off, hand back. A, 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 A. Next is a 1-finger chord. This one is A7. For this, you only use your first finger. You're going to find it on the third string behind the first fret. And the notes of this chord are a G, C sharp, E, and A. And when you strum it, it sounds like this. A7, 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 A7. The next chord is a D minor chord. And this is going to use 3 fingers again. It starts with your second finger on string 4 behind the second fret. Then right next to it, your third finger on the third string behind the second fret. Then your first finger on the second string behind the first fret. And the first string is open. The names of these notes are A, D, F, and A. We have 2 A's on the fourth string and the first string. And when you strum it, it sounds like this. D minor, D minor, D minor, D minor. Hand off, hand back. D minor, D minor, D minor, D minor. Next is our D chord, or our D major chord, and it's going to be another 3-finger chord. And it starts with your first finger on the fourth string behind the second fret. Then it's going to be your second finger behind the third string, second fret. Then your third finger, second string behind the second fret. They're all lined up together on the second fret. And the names of these notes are A, D, F sharp, and A. And we have 2 A's on the fourth string and the first string again. And when you play it, it sounds like this. D, 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 D. Hand off, hand back. D, 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 D. Our last chord is a D7 chord. And this is our first bar chord. A bar means that you're going to use one finger to hold across all of the frets across all 4 strings. And for this one, we're going to use our first finger. So you're going to take your first finger and you're going to put it all the way across all 4 strings on the second fret. Then you're going to take your second finger, you're going to put it on the first string behind fret number 3. And this is your D7 chord. If this is too hard for you to hold down, then you might want to try and double up and put your second finger over your first finger to give it more strength, and then you can use your third finger to press down that first string 3rd fret. but I'm just going to do it this way. For your D7 chord, the notes are A, D, F sharp, and C. And when you strum it, it sounds like this. D7, 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 D7. Hand off, hand back on. D7, 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 D7. And that's it, that's all 15 chord belts. If you've gotten to the end of this video and you've gotten all 15 of those, then you can always ask me to give you some more chords. And don't worry, you'll never run out of more chords to learn. Thanks for watching, and good luck.